But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Hey, so, we've been talking about cameras for the better part of a year and a half now. I looked
18 months.
Looked at the first kind of crumbs that we set out and said, hey, we're thinking about doing this. This is where we're going. Well, we're here. Brendan talked about having to get certified, and we're switching them out. The time is now. We are here. We are active. We are live. So essentially, and we'll get into the weeds. If you're here in the yard, let's get it done today. We've got the most talented team with Chris Haltmeyer and his techs here in Springfield, Missouri. They can get it done today. So, and I'll hang out after the meeting a little bit and answer some questions for anybody that has any. But I think we got some intimate details to give. So
we do. So here shortly, when this meeting's over and I get back to my desk, we're going to turn on a button in your app, and it's called the video consent form. So this is a form that we just want to let everybody know exactly what we're doing with any of those video events that are created from the cameras. We want to be very transparent, and we want to make sure everybody knows exactly what's happening. So this consent form will be a requirement. So we're going to put it on the app. I want you to have plenty of time to read it, review it. Let us know if you have questions. Once you do sign that, you will get an emailed copy of that back to you. So it's not gone. You're going to get your own signed copy back to you so you can keep that in your own records.
Perfect.
So that's step one. And then I'm also going to post some information in the app about what the process looks like to upgrade. So we're going to start the upgrade process here in Springfield, and it is the camera and the GeoTab. It's a package deal. You can either call Road Assist and make an appointment, or the shop office, or they're going to do some walk-ups. So if you're here, we do kind of have a deadline of December 31st to get through almost everybody. So we really want to try to do that. So you're going to call and make an appointment or walk in, and we'll get you taken care of. If you're here, let's not impact anything else and try to get you upgraded, because it will be required for everybody.
I did message Road Assist yesterday, and the reply I got back was call the tractor shop.
Okay.
Consider that taken care of.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we get that taken care of, but it's a little less than an hour to get it done. It is the removal of the Omnitrax unit, so they'll take that piece out. We're switching over to this tablet view. We have instructions, we have classes, we have videos. You'll have a button in your app called GeoTab Info. There's all kinds of videos on there on how to do all the pieces, but the logs class is really important. There are a few differences in kind of how some stuff operates. We want to make sure you know exactly how it works before you get out there on the road.
We'll also have a log person
in the shop office ready to help. So we will have somebody, I believe Donna, my friend Donna from the logs department, will be sitting in the shop office ready to help. Well, the process is you'll come in, you'll get your appointment, you'll walk in, you're going to certify all of those logs. You're going to log out of the Omnitrax unit. You're going to go to the shop office. She's going to transfer your logs from Omnitrax over to the GeoTab, so that way you don't have to have a paper printout or anything like that and run off that for a while. So you're going to transfer those logs, and then shop's going to do their part. We're going to get you logged into the tablet. You're going to recertify all those logs that we transferred over, and you're good to go. So we have a lot of directions. We got people here. Our help desk is 24/7. We got paper, we got video, we got all the methods to teach you and help you along the way. It is a full MobileCom package, so it's not just hours of service. It's also the DriveWives is moving to the tablet, and also we're getting a new navigation package. So we're switching to Copilot for our navigation. It is new, so we spent a lot of years kind of fine-tuning Navigo, so there is still some stuff that we have to go through, but the navigation is on the tablets, and all of that happens on there. So this is kind of the full package on that tablet.
So here, real quick, if you're one of these approximately 300 folks that already have the Netrodyne camera, and you already have the GeoTab device, and you're running it concurrent together, the time is now. Get that old Omnitrax device. It's time for it to go. So I know I get at least 10 calls or messages a week. When can we get it out? We can get it out now.
Now is the time. And get that logs class. If you really have questions and you kind of don't know, maybe you're a little scared of the tablet, get to that logs class, because they kind of show you all of the pieces in there. They have a tablet over in logs that they can kind of demonstrate some stuff. You can come to the help desk. We can help you. But that logs class is where you're going to get the absolute most information. And if you're here, get into one while you're at a terminal. Swing by, do the one. It's at 1330 central, but it's at all the terminals. So get in that class or do it online. Once you do it, if you go to My Progress inside the app under certifications, you'll see that Geotab log training. You'll see that certification right in there. So the one thing that I will remind you first is you do have to know your Prime Mobile login and password. You will use that to log into everything. So make sure you know what that is. If you don't know, swing by the help desk. Let us help you get logged in. Let us help you reset that password. Call 24/7. We will help you through it, but you got to know that email address and password.
Will the Copilot have the last mile information that the Qualcomm has?
It has most of it. We're still fine tuning it a little bit, but we're trying to get it really dialed in. And so far, we've got some great people in here who've been testing it, and it seems pretty accurate so far.
Salt Lake and Pittston neighborhood starting college.
You asked when Salt Lake and Pittston. So we're going to do Springfield next week. And then hopefully after that, we're going to do Pittston. And then I think it's the week after that, the 28th-ish is going to be Salt Lake City. So it's going to be real quick through all the terminals.
Will the people going through upgrade need to do that too, or is it already a part of all of the trucks that are being?
All the new trucks here will have it on there already. You'll just have to make sure that you're going to sign that consent form. We want you to be informed. Read that video consent form. If you have questions, talk to your fleet manager, call safety. We can answer any questions that you want. If there's any hesitations, anything you want to know about that consent form and why we have it, just call your fleet manager and ask, or safety, and we can get you those answers.
What was the question? Where's the help desk located is his question.
So if you're here in Springfield, it's right in the main building. So if you go in the main doors, we're right to the right. That's the whole IT department right there. You can literally just say something and we'll track you down because we're all sit pretty close together. If you're in Pittston, we got one guy up there. His name is Jarek. He's probably sitting next to the panel up there. And we got Tanner in Salt Lake City. So we got people at all the terminals.
Hey, Brienne, can PSD instructors and TNT trainers get the camera in Geotab?
We encourage you to get it because it's a great way. It's a great training tool. It really is a training opportunity. So we encourage everybody to come get it. We do kind of have a December 31st deadline. So we want to make sure that you get it in when it's convenient for you. We don't want to interrupt your freight. We don't want to interrupt when it gets downtime to get to the hustle of between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So if you got time now, get by a terminal and get it installed.
You know, Brian brought up the point that I was going to bring up, that the time is now to get it. If we're looking at you, you can hear my voice. Don't wait, because here's what we don't want to happen. You know, you just heard Levi talk about, you know, this last couple weeks of 2024, how important it is for your best ability is your availability. Don't be stuck having a fleet manager dragging you to the yard toward the end of this. Don't be stuck having to decide, well, I got home time for this and I got this. Just get it done. Just get it done and get it over with.
Swing by, let us know. We'll get you in. We'll get with Road Assist. We'll get with the shop office, logs. We'll get everything done so we can make sure it is as smooth as possible. So, sure.
Get that question so everybody can hear you.
Okay, so once you get these tablets in your truck, right? You can watch the video or you could take the class, right?
Yes.
But okay, so do you have to stop for a certain amount of time to take the class? I know it's already take an hour, right, to put it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to take time off to take the class as well, right?
You can take the class now. So it's out there on the app right now if you want to do the virtual version. Or you can, if you're here today, 1330 over in the logs area, they're going to offer that class. So you can get that class done now and out of the way.
Hey, Brienne, for folks that have already signed the tester consent form, do they need to go back and sign this new form?
Yes, the button will only show up if we don't have that signed consent for you. So we did change the form a little bit. We added some new words, made it very clear on exactly what we're doing with all the videos and the precautions we're taking to protect your privacy as well. So if that button shows up in your app, we need you to sign that form.
And when does the charge for Copilot start?
It starts when you activate it. So when you come in, we'll discontinue your Navigo charge, and then you have the options. It's all through Prime Mobile now where you can activate and you'll see all those charges for Copilot. It's $650 in case you wanted to know. It is much cheaper than Navigo. It is going to be $650 a month.
That was going to be my question.
For us that have already been part of the testing, do we have to re-sign that?
Yes, if the button shows up, you got to do it because we changed the form just a little bit. We'll take all your questions.
Okay, so now that the camera is inside, will you guys eventually move to putting the cameras on the outside?
So we are testing some of those outward cameras, like out on down the trailer cameras. So we're looking at some options right now. The first step is to get this in here, and we specifically picked these cameras because they have the ability to expand to those.
And just so to make sure I understand your question, she's talking about down the sides of the truck. This particular version will have outward facing toward the road and inward facing toward the driver.
Yeah, so the ones that would go out and face down the trailer, we are testing some currently.
On the driver facing, is that driver only or is it the whole inside of the truck?
It is just the driver, shoulder to shoulder, key on, more than 5 miles per hour. So it is very, very narrow. And I'm going to post some news today and I will show you exactly what the frame looks like. If I can volunteer one of my friends that'll let me post their pictures, I will show you exactly what it looks like in the news articles that I'll post today. So you can see exactly what that is with the whole process of getting upgraded. So
On the inward, does Prime have the ability to go in anytime they want and view the driver? Or is it only when an event is triggered and then a recording happens that Prime can see the driver?
both. So we cannot, there is no live streaming. You cannot drop in and just watch somebody going down the road. That is not an option. It is, if an event is created, we get sent the video. If not, and there's maybe an accident that you were a witness to, you were hit somewhere in a parking lot that's not part of it, we can pull 4 days worth of video back. You have to give us kind of some specific times, and it's minute by minute clips. We can go pull it. If the truck is off, there will be no inward facing video. It would be outward only. So it is very privacy oriented. We don't, if you're not working, if you're not behind the wheel driving, we don't want your video.
You get
So
4 days full of full days.
4 full days, and then it starts writing over itself, and it is all encrypted on the device.
Good morning. I have one quick question in regard to the audio. How does that work?
There is absolutely no audio recording at all.
Thank
Zero
you.
audio.
My question is, you just said that Navigo or the Copilot is going to cost $6 a month. So what other charges are going to come in here? Because I was under the impression that it was going to be.
That's it. That's the only one. And that's the only change is that moving from, if you are a company driver, navigation is included. But if you currently subscribe to Navigo and you get that on your monthly or on your weekly settlement, you will see that as a new charge for Copilot, and it will be $650.
So it only records on the driveline. Right.
Yes, the truck has to be in the key on more than 5 miles per hour.
And-
The outward facing camera runs for 10 hours after the engine is off. So if somebody hits you in a parking lot, if something happens, it is full 10 hours. And then it turns to motion only. So you do have a little protection if you're hit in a parking lot. If you're hit while you're sleeping, we can go back and pull that video for you.
Hey, I want to revisit his question there. To ask that question again that you asked about the 4 days.
I asked if Prime could go in, like while we're driving down the road, if no event's triggered, could you go in and live view our driver or drive while we're driving? And then, but my question, just to clear about what you just said, Prime's got the ability to go back 4 full days, like all shift long while we're driving and view. Is that only if the driver requests it because something happened? Or is that because if Prime wants to go in and look at what we did 3 days ago at 3:15 in the afternoon?
So,
Go ahead.
so both with an asterisk, okay? So if we get a call that says yesterday at 3:00 PM, you ran a truck off the road, we can go in and look yesterday, minute by minute in frames and see what the footage is. If at any point it's in privacy mode, so that means if you've been stopped for 3 minutes or more, or the key is on aux or off, we can't see the inward. There's no inward, no box, nothing, no inward, just a black screen, but we can see the outward. So Correct. So hopefully, does that clarify a little bit?
And the only people who can pull that video is safety. So no one else can pull video from any of those times. So it would be a safety related event that would cause somebody to go pull that video.
That information be subpoenaed if they're in an accident.
Any information can be subpoenaed. It's about what information is available to produce for discovery. So if it doesn't exist, so if that inward video doesn't exist, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. So, and it's 4 days. It writes over itself. So if you're in an accident or something happens, it's important to get with safety fairly quickly because we only have that 4 days to pull that video. So more video questions.
So
We've got one way in the back over here.
Way over
He's
there,
on his
Keith.
way to a microphone. It's very important. You know, this morning, you're going to see these buttons going to show up in your app. You're going to see the consent form and you're going to see that Geotab info button. So feel free to peruse all of that information.
My question wasn't really concerned with the videos, it was the Geotab. So we have to run our Prime app in conjunction with the Geotab, and that's where we're getting our messages and stuff at. What I've noticed so far is that if my Prime app is signed in, it's completely on there all the time, right? I have drivers that work for me, so like if somebody steals the unit or, the Geotab unit or something like that, they can get into their banking information and stuff like that. Are you guys doing anything to increase the security to where, if something happens, then it won't?
If something happens, we can log out that tablet remotely. We also have remote control of those. So if something happens, as long as it has service, we can remote in and help you. And we can also lock it down. So if it's reported stolen to us, we completely disable all the services and lock the entire tablet.
all right, Keith, we're cutting it off there.
One more.
One quick question.
Okay.
Does it record sound?
Absolutely no audio. There is no audio recording at all.
All right, so Brienne and I are going to hang out here as well as Richard and Dave. We'll be here to answer any questions you have, Geotab related, Netrodyne camera related. Make you an appointment. Let's get it done while we're here.
There's a lot of changes that come in Prime Mobile with this as well. And if you're not familiar with Prime Mobile or if you have questions, come see me and Richard after the meeting. We'll gladly help you out.
You stole my line.
Oh, this is Charlie. Sorry.
All right, so thank you, Brienne. Thank you very much. Let's give it.